Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is this guy wearing my underpants? Oh boy, no, it's the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Standard Tournament Season 5, everybody! Welcome to Winners Bracket 1-5, welcome to the semi-finals, and welcome to What the Hell's Happened versus Kariossa. I hope you're all in for a wonderful time. Without further ado, let's take it to the stats page. Let's actually talk to people who actually know their stuff, as against me. Hey August, hey Tobias, take it away, friends. It's all yours.
Thank you, Tresco. I know numbers can be kind of difficult, especially when you're live on air in front of hundreds, if not thousands, of Zelda fans.
I mean, now you're making me nervous. But in any case, thank you, Trez. Welcome, everyone, to Zelda Speedruns. Welcome to the semifinals. And let's look at the stats. What the hell's happened versus Kariossa? Seed 6 versus Seed 7 in these semifinals. And what can I say? Both well-known racers, both with a ton of races already under their belt. In the direct comparison, Kariossa has a slight advantage. In terms of best time ever, What the Hells has a slight advantage. And, well, these two are the definition of an even matchup. They've put some pretty big names out of the tournament so far as well. Kariossa, for example, made their way through Zephyr, Kevin, 818, Purple Rupee, Sponge, to end up in the semifinal against What the Hell's Happened. Meanwhile, What the Hell's against Brox, Dylan Meeble, Narcotic, and Floosh. All of those ended up in the losers bracket, thanks to What the Hells. So there is no easy match in this tournament anyway. It's the top 64 Zooter players in the community. But this is gonna be a very even matchup, and the two are certainly gonna put on a heck of a show.
Absolutely. I mean, you alluded to it earlier. Such an even matchup. Seed 6 versus Seed 7. What the Hell's with the slightly better best time ever. Kariossa with the slightly better average time. But as odd as it sounds, I think Kariossa is the underdog here.
Oh,
I know. It's shocking.
What makes you think that?
Well, Kariossa has never won any championship match. What the Hells is a former champion. He's won the Random Settings League. He's won some Speed Game Live money. And as odd as it sounds, right? Kariossa is one of the best. I've heard him being called the human randobot. But I think he might have a slight disadvantage coming up against a former champion.
Fair point. The former champion bit, yes, absolutely. But again, earlier form is only indicative. Is only slightly indicative, right? We have to look at what they've been doing in this tournament so far, and what they have done, in fact, is make their way to this winners bracket semifinal without losing a single game. So we're in for a treat today, is what I'm going to conclude here.
Yeah, absolutely, and it doesn't get any easier from here. Spoiler alert, everyone: the winner will be going on to face off against Marco. Losers not going home, moving down to the lower bracket to face off against Mr. Mario. So tons of great matchups left to come as we're winding down Season 5. But we are approaching 10 seconds and counting until we drop. Where do you want to see the drop, Tobias?
I'm gonna just say randomly they're gonna be in Kakariko.
All right, off we are, and you are right coming out of Impa's house. Not turning around really quick. See, in that situation, I might be tempted around.
Seeing chickens? No.
No. But I might be tempted around in that starting spot to go into Impa's house very quickly to peek at what is next to that cow.
Yeah, I think Kariossa wants those early hints. Was that a strength or was that a huge rupee? I didn't quite see what was in the crate in the graveyard there.
I think it was a little too pointy on the bottom to be a strength upgrade. I think that was a huge rupee, and chat confirms.
Chat
But
confirms. Here we
immediate
go.
divergence. What the hell's happened? Going into the graveyard, getting that free song. I'm guessing gonna use some flame storage. Meanwhile, Kariossa straight to Lon Lon Ranch.
Well, basically a quick 3-song route, it seems like. Which makes sense in the it's a relatively standard opening for a long time now. So
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a bit of an oddity here on the left side screen.
let's see. Composer's Grave has Serenade. Well, that's one song that doesn't give us any new checks, but it does make routing a bit more convenient.
Yeah, could really switch up how What the Hell's decides to route this Child 1 segment. Really easy now for him to get back to Temple of Time. Meanwhile, depending on what songs Kariossa gets here, and maybe in the Sacred Forest Meadow, you might be tempted not to do as much Child because he doesn't have an easy way to get back to the temple.
Well, let's see. What the hell's happened? Finding a heart piece in the Composer's Grave. Out of logic, but if you're here and can do the trick, absolutely makes sense to get this check out of the way.
Yeah, could have really paid off, but unfortunately, that's not how the RNG rolled today.
I mean, even so, it makes sense to open small chests at this point in the game. You need some more hearts. Oh, Bolero from Malon. Malon. Right. I can words today.
It does end with an ON, but we didn't mention it on air, but before this race started, you were mentioning something about the hash, and it did look like there were beans right next to the hover boots.
That is true. Seed hash is beans boots, beans hover boots, gold scale, fairy ocarina, and compass. So if we're gonna do some predictions based off of the seed hash, we're gonna need the beans to get the hover boots. We're gonna see gold scale water, and there's gonna be some song shenanigans to find our way around this world.
Meanwhile, it looks
That
like
is, of course, pure conjecture, but, you know, we have to fill the airtime somewhere. Hey, it's a wallet in the silo.
And it will look like Kariossa is a bit in the lead. It does look like, though, he is walking out of the valley, or walking out of the ranch. I'm guessing it's to the valley.
Yeah, that would be my assumption. Though he has Serenade, it makes sense to get the early valley checks out of the way. It's one of those comparatively remote locations that can really get annoying if you don't do it early on.
Wherever he's going, it's going to be shorter to walk out of the ranch and to wherever he's going than it would be to save quit back to Impa's house.
Well, one thing's for sure, he's not planning on doing chickens next.
Yeah, pretty safe call.
So let's see if What the Hell's also chooses to invest the half minute or so it takes to grab that wallet out of the silo, or if he says, nah, I can go without.
I think you always grab a free wallet if you don't have a bomb bag.
Yeah, that is immediate access to the Chew salesman, that is true.
Still can't
well, not immediate,
get
but
over
as
to
soon as you
him.
make it to the Gerudo area.
Yeah, but it does keep that open and that option on the table for you. But Kariossa is headed in that direction, but has some other checks in mind.
What the hell's choosing a different route here? Going to play Serenade off to the lake. I'm going to assume this time he's actually going to do lake checks and not just a budget prelude straight to in front of the castle.
Yep. It is time to do some fishing, set up our Scarecrow song.
And see what's on Vodo's letter. Freight has... Ooh, bomb bag.
That is a very nice find. Kariossa slingshotting in to a very favorable position.
Yep.
And now we gotta ask ourselves, what the hells is in this waterfall? Just because What the Hells lost a rather important random settings league to something in this waterfall.
Oh. 50 is dead. 50 gold sculptures is not our worry today, so that is already good news for our runners.
And just a heart container from the fishing guy. You like to see it, but we'd like to see some other stuff.
As I said, we do need the health. We do need a few more hearts anyway to be able to confidently beat Volvagia if that should come up. Depending on the medallion layout, of course.
But given that wallet, that might we might see some really low health from these runners.
Oh, that's true. Sunsong Grave is dead.
And actually, with the bomb bag plus the wallet, Kariossa might not need to open any more small chests.
You have a point. I could not tell what that was.
Nope. That is for someone in chat to have better eyes or go back and pause and magnify and enhance.
Thank you. Extreme Psy says this was a recovery heart. Thanks. So yeah. We don't need a silver scale, at least not for this particular check.
Now, that's one thing I'm not too big of a fan of is the hard to see heart colors. Can really make those recovery hearts difficult to spot.
That is true.
All the other cosmetic options are pretty cool, though. That is our hint for 40.
And it's dead. And what the hell's not yet with that bomb bag, so still opening small chests.
And he's going right. He's going into the forest. He's gonna miss out on that bomb bag for the time being. Let's see if Kariossa can cause any damage with it. They do go boom.
They do. Gives Kariossa immediately access to 2 more checks before he's probably likewise heading into Kokiri Forest, just with a slightly more thorough checking of those item spots here. It's interesting. For what the hell's that means there are these 2 checks as well as the valley are now kind of out of the way. He probably will not look at them until he has a horse. So remote grotto and the Hyrule Field Scrub is what I'm talking about. As well as the valley itself.
But I hope with his past trauma, at some point, what the hell's, is going over his locations and remembers the trauma from the Gerudo Valley.
Yeah, one should hope. Oh, Melqui manifesting that there's just gonna be another bomb back in Midos. Well, certainly possible.
It's definitely not here on the vanilla Kokiri sword chest. Another heart container.
Well, this seed is certainly off to a healthy start. Ba-doom. Let's see what Remote Grotto has for us.
Midos house.
Big
One
chest
big
in
chest.
Midos house. 20 is a heart container, so 20 is dead. That's one of our sometimes hints.
All right, 20, 40, and 50 dead. Where is our 30 hint? There's our fairy bow.
Well, that's useful. So the highest number of skulls that our runners have to worry about is 30. Let's see if we find other hints. I saw that was Frox 2. I didn't see the item, to be quite honest. Frox 2 dead. Thanks, VXR.
Yeah, that's what VXR is here for.
That is
Commentator number 3.
The one professional in this. Well, no, I'm surrounded by professionals, but I certainly am not one. Okay, let's see. Frox 2 dead. Should probably make a note of that. So look, VXR. Last week I managed to curse 2 seeds by saying in chat the phrase "It's only one check." What are the odds? Both of these seeds had a Go mode item on Sunsong. One was I think it was the EU Weekly. So I'm careful with the things I say nowadays.
It's one thing to have a vision board. It's another thing to just blurt out, crazy, horrible things and then have it come true.
Yeah.
What the hell did his Ocarina game skipping out on the scrub? Will we get a Vanilla Saria song here?
Well, let's see. Fairy bow for Kariossa. So as I said, Kariossa looks to be basically following the same route as What the Hells, but because of the choice of going to Valley first, has a bomb bag, and that enabled him to do a few more checks. Temple of Time is foolish. Great! I know where Prelude is!
Yeah, a little bit lackluster Vanilla Prelude. I knew my vanilla senses were tingling. Just wrong song. But good news, we got Nocturne, so don't have to hunt down that song.
Nice. And Minuet is vanilla. So logically, we do need to hunt down. That is the second Temple of Time foolish hint as well. Wow.
Well, we also have, or know about, almost all of our Warp songs. Requiem, the only one outstanding. And unfortunately for any fans of the Ice Cavern, kind of decreases the value of the Ice Cavern play.
On the other hand, we don't know yet what the medallions are, so Requiem might very well be required in this seed. Lake Hylia on the path to Queen Goma.
Alrighty then. Nothing there so far, so something in Adult Lake is blocking us. I wonder if Kariossa gets that hint and goes for some beans.
Oh, hello, big chest. Hookshot!
Oh,
what grotto was that one?
That is outside Goron City, so that bomb bag is starting to pay off for Kariossa.
And Death Mountain Trail is foolish as well.
Meanwhile, what the hell's taking the owl? He's going to be missing out on that bomb bag.
Oh dear.
Not a great start.
No, it is not. Looks to be doing market checks and then probably going adult. Let's see what the Wolfos Grotto has for us. Yeah, sure, it could be a slingshot on the path to Queen Goma in Lake. It could also be the Kokiri sword. So,
Yeah, you can't know for sure until you have some more information.
Wolfos Grotto certainly not paying off today. We have not seen a bottle yet.
So of the 5 extra checks that Kariossa was able to do along the way to Sacred Forest Meadow, it's really that one bomb grotto paying off for him with the hook shot.
Yeah, but that is a big find. That opens up so much of the seed. So much of the world is now available to Kariossa where it's not for what the hells.
But what the hells is keeping in mind that Skullmask picking up that Keaton. And what are our Temple of Time hints?
Ice Cavern Baronade, Gerudo Fortress Foolish, Skullmask dead, and Skullmask still dead.
Well, unfortunately, he just picked up that Keaton mask. It's gonna stay right where it is.
So, Rush Ice, you were saying that's not a good play?
I said it with all the warp songs, Rushing Ice has a decreased value, at least until you find one of those hints.
In any case, yeah, Ice Cavern probably has, or must have the boomerang because it's, well, no, it must not have, it need not have the boomerang. It could also be an item that leads to the boomerang. Hey, medallions!
I think your point there, though, being it's not going to point to or be Rudo's letter.
Yeah, that's definitely true. For once, we can be certain that it's not gonna be on the path to Rudo's letter. What the hell's getting a songs change started? Meanwhile, our medallions were Jabu, DC, Deku, Fire, and Forest. What do we say to that medallion spread?
I like it. Those are your first 5 dungeons in the vanilla game. Spirit and Shadow have a bit more item requirements.
And we have all our warp songs. Warp song percent has been achieved 17 minutes in.
All right, what do we got waiting for us out in the desert?
Maybe a horse?
I think we're gonna bring rain to the sand out here.
We were both wrong.
Man, Saria gets around.
Yeah. But that is logical access to Sacred Forest Meadow for us.
Oh, and Kariossa has set up Grampe time.
And Ice Cavern still on the path to Baronade. That was a repeat hint for that one.
Alright, I think there was a large rupee on top of the arch, not 100%. But what the hell says made it to Kakariko Village?
Water Temple boss key is vanilla.
Okay, good info. It is a stone, but you never know.
Yup.
You don't need iron boots. You could get that with the gold scale.
Okay, chat claims that it's a bottle of some sort on the archway. And I do have a reputation for misidentifying those. I certainly didn't see it this time, so I can't give you any input, chat. But yes, technically, that puts Rushing Ice not into logic, but makes it possible getting that bottle. So, chat, I think you need to predict your Dampe race times pretty soon if you want to get a prediction in.
Meanwhile, Kariossa wants to find out what his destiny has in store for us today.
It's a big chest, first of all. And that was the Meadow Song hint. Repeat.
Alright, bow number 2.
Hey,
oh,
Bum
very
Shoes,
nice find.
Big. Important for What the Hells, who has ninja dodged his bomb back so far.
Yeah, he could have bailed himself out with that wallet and Requiem combo. Has the skill to reverse as is. But very nice to find, even though just that 5-pack, he's going to have to be careful on how he spends these. Hopefully, he
That
spends
is
one
a
of them to get that
slingshot
hook
at
shot.
Grotto, I think. Did
Ooh.
that say... That did look like a slingshot to me. Is adult spawn? Is that actually the other side of... Okay, it definitely wasn't Rudo's ladder atop that archway.
Very nice find for What the Hells. He's now got a bottle. But What the Hells has not checked the adult spawn yet.
Alright. And that's magic in the windmill.
Hey, hey, it's magic.
As well as... Epona's song.
Also a pretty magical thing to get.
True.
What? Did Kariossa miss the owl? Uh-oh. That feels bad.
Okay, so now rushing ice isn't just available, it's in logic. And we know it's a path location. So I'm not expecting What the Hells or Kariossa to wait long to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. With those 5 chews, I think What the Hells might be a bit reluctant to go into Dodongo's Cavern right away and clear that out.
Yeah, that's a bit of a tight budget. Kariossa, meanwhile, no such qualms. Let's see if Bombshoe Bowling is the answer today. Not in the first round. And not in the second round either. A blueberry and a plank of wood. Great prizes.
Big rupee from the Redeads. Doesn't look like What the Hells has any intention of scumming that chew away, though.
I thought he had saved before using this, but I'm not sure anymore.
I can't imagine he also saved Scum a Shield.
True.
Oh, meanwhile, Kariossa, with the North American aim.
Getting to try again on the slingshot minigame. Rufio, some more health for us. What the Hells is now at 6 hearts, so probably won't be opening. And 30 is dead. Skulls and are not a thing, and hover boots in the open grotto as well.
Very good info right there. And I thought those hover boots might extend the adult segment, but What the Hell says, no, I'm out of here. I have a letter to turn in.
Meanwhile, Kariossa, going to the Temple of Time for the first time, going for his first adult segment. And yeah, Melqui says the right thing. I think it's also time to buy some beans, because Hookshot is conspicuously absent for Kariossa, for What the Hell's happened.
Yeah, meanwhile, Kariossa has not, that bomb bag did kind of slow him down to the Temple of Time. That hook shot all he got for his efforts. So if What the Hells can make it back or do some damage here in Child 2, that hook shot could be mitigated. Now that he has 4 chews, but he is spending one of his 4.
Does not seem to want to conserve those. Gets his second bow there at the Boulder of Destiny.
And Kariossa not wasting any time picking up Pierre, and he's going to check Adult Lake Hylia here. Path to Queen Goma.
Let's see if it's a Kokiri sword or a slingshot. Makes sense to check that. Would be rude if that item, whatever we're looking for, is on Lap Dive, though. It has to be Kokiri Sword at this point, I think. Or Iron Boots that allow us to get the slingshot from Tektite Grotto.
I was going to say, based on the hash, I think it has to be in the lab.
Oh, you are not wrong.
Oh, and Karios does not have the money for fishing. That always feels bad.
Oh, gets to mow the lawn before going to go fishing.
How much is he getting paid?
Well, that's 2 rupees. That's 4, 5, and 20, 21. There we go.
See, I don't mind mowing the lawn, but I need some adequate compensation for it.
Well, at least this time the random number generator wasn't that stingy. So one child song we haven't seen yet is Song of Storms. So no chance to do Frogs 1 yet for What the Hells. Hey, that's Kokiri Sword.
And definitely Path to Queen Goma.
Indeed.
But you always got to clear out your path locations.
OOT was what? I think that was Son of Storms, but I'm not quite sure. Suns, okay. Oh no. I used that phrase again. And it's Sun Song on OOT.
If you've done this again, I'm going to send you some money, and I'm going to ask that you purchase me some lotto tickets.
Yes, definitely.
Now, have we gotten anything from the graveyard? We did get Serenade. Unfortunately, we've also gotten our 3 Foolish Hints. And Kakariko is a path to Baronade. Well, oh yeah. We got that one already.
No, we had Ice Cavern to Baronade so far.
Well, I just meant we found Rudo's letter already.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That means we know where our Boomerang is, or whatever leads us to Boomerang at this point.
It also means if What the Hells has his neurons firing at full capacity, he should be able to deduce that it's very likely there is going to be a Sphere 0 bomb bag.
Gerudo Valley Path to Volvagia. Gee.
Oh, that's a good hint. Not only does it bring What the Hells to his bomb bag, but it's not a straightforward Valley to Dodongo hint.
Yep, but bomb bag is still required for at least one check in Fire Temple. So
it's also pretty good because the only remaining check that we don't know of in the Valley is Hammerlocked. So Path to Volvagia isn't gonna be for the hammer for that check. We already have our hover boots.
So I have
and
an
a
idea.
wallet even, so
either we're going deep into fire, or that boss key is bomb locked.
yeah, something like that. Or the hammer's bomb locked. Meanwhile, it looks like is the adult spawn is in the valley?
Nice.
That is amazing. Really keeping this a close race. That bomb bag is really not gonna elude What the Hells for very much longer.
Which side of the valley, by the way?
In the tent.
In the tent. Oh, nice.
If it wasn't in the
even
tent,
without a horse, Gerudo area was in logic.
Yep. Fortunately, you do have a Foolish Fortress. But Kariossa is here in the crater. with that hook shot, was able to cross the bridge, finds a big chest.
And the iron boots.
Ooh.
And I missed that hint in the crater grotto, but I guess it was a repeat. Because chat is not popping off.
Yeah, and what the hell's is not sticking around, not going for vanilla bananas.
Well, makes sense. What the hell knows where his banana is. So... makes sense to plant a bean here. Because what the hell does not have a hookshot yet. It's bomb locked.
Yeah, very good point. But he's also... Oh, he's doing the valley right now.
This might be a valley play.
Yeah.
Which absolutely makes sense considering he has seen a path hint for it.
Tough call, though. He's about to pass up 2 bomb checks. He's got 2 shooters to his name. I'd hate to be in that spot.
Is he, though? Looks like he might be spending them. He is.
Spending 1, that's for sure.
Yeah, Bigeron is dead, but we knew that one already thanks to Trail as a whole being foolish. And, okay, not spending the other Chew in the remote grotto. I can totally understand that.
Yeah, he got 1 left. Luckily, he's about to pick up his bomb bag. But that remote grotto might be eaten at the back of his mind for a bit.
He can't reach the crate as an adult right now anyway. He can, I think. He has hover boots and can do the recall trick.
Yeah, probably doesn't want to rely on the recoil trick. I'm also not certain that what the hell's has seen the adult spawn.
Oh yeah, he didn't check that, that's right. Are we seeing any big chests? I'm not seeing any big chests in the maze here.
Yeah, Kariossa definitely not seeing any in the center or the right. No hover boots for the crate trick. But I think we are going to see our first medallion going into Dodongo's cavern. As What the Hell's picks up his Dodongo's key.
Small chest here in the wall.
Yeah, nothing really... Well, I guess the only good thing that could be in Death Mountain Trail is like the Big Goron sword.
So, Kariossa was convinced there wasn't anything in the waterfall here. What the hell's couldn't see, apparently, and is checking it for us. I couldn't see either,
It's
so...
nighttime.
Hey, stick upgrade! Worth it!
Yeah, not bad. Definitely doesn't want to get caught by the waterfall again.
So far, not much in Dodongo's cavern. We'll see what else we find. And with not much, I mean a hard piece and a repeat hint. What hints are we still missing? We're missing 1 path hint and 1 sometimes hint. I think that's it.
But who's not missing is Kiki the dog.
And Richard's mom is kinda stingy today. Just had some blueberries for us.
I like blueberries.
I do too.
Did Kariossa skip letter on Anju? Yes, Kariossa I don't think has done any of the graveyard or Kakariko yet.
Yep. Still has to route that in.
Minus, he did do the child skulls and the royal tomb, but that is it. He also got Grandpa. Good efficient routing here from Kariossa. Just 35 minutes in.
Hey, and pop times in chat. As always, when Richard is checked, my favorite Twitch bot.
And what the hell's going back to Lake Hylia? Knows its path to Queen Goma's going to be picking up his butter knife. Still without that hook shot, but will make his way to Sacred Forest Meadow eventually.
And there's a first strength in the Dodongo Skyburn.
And that will help get him over to that forest temple.
Oh yeah. We have a hook shot, we have a strength, we have a bow, we can folk clear forest, we're gonna do forest.
I think we just need hammer and light arrows.
Yep. I saw a comment in chat earlier that we were like 5 items from go mode, and at this point, not much stopping us, to be honest. I mean, I don't want to jinx it.
Oh yeah, you can't say the J word.
No, I can't.
I think it's appropriate to say the J word around the 2-hour mark when it gets more conclusive that the outcome is such.
I think we can use the J word when someone's in go mode.
Speaking of go, Kariossa has gone right through this Dodongo's cavern.
Like a
Strength
hot knife through
upgrade.
butter.
Yeah, definitely. But interesting, he's still opening up small chests like that.
Yeah, I mean, at this point he has enough health, he has enough explosives. Though, it might be nice to find some bomb shoes. I don't think he has any of those yet.
Yeah, I do suppose that's the point. Could just buy him. We'll have to see if he's available post-race. We'll also have to see if what the hell opens any of those small chests on his pass-through. He's not going to be too far behind Kariossa.
Oh no, he's definitely not. And Dodongos are now extinct in Kariossa's world. At least the large ones.
I think there's some still in the water temple. Thanks to the randomizer routing, those will live on. Kariossa even going for the $20.
And hey, VXR. ZSR bot needs to know about Lake Hylia being pathed to Queen Goma.
There's always got to be somebody who's the last to know.
Yeah, that's true.
No, what the hell is it's foolish. Don't do it. No.
That hint was in the Lost Woods Bomb Grotto, which he couldn't have done yet, so... For what the hells, those are all valid checks.
Alright, this hint is going to be the repeat. I can sense it.
Nope, it was the bigger on hint in a convenient location.
Close enough.
Which is just doubly rude considering we know that Trail is foolish.
Meanwhile, Kariossa has completed his Foot Locker shopping spree. He's got his boots.
Yup. Footwear percent has been achieved. But yeah, Soya Sauce is making a good point. Kariossa, despite knowing that Trail was foolish, checked the ferry. So...
Interesting. I missed that one.
we all have brain farts sometimes. Letter for Kariossa.
Yep, no reaction, just going.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I think what the hell's magic color is more hideous to me than Kariossa's. But I don't like either of them.
It's just so bland and dull. Like, we're approaching springtime with all the nice, bright, pastel-y colors coming out in the candy shops.
Mm-hmm. The tunic and heart color of what the hell's happened, though, top notch.
Yeah, it's a pretty baby blue.
This is going more towards lavender. At least on my screen, which is not color calibrated at all.
Yeah, true. I can see a little purplish in there. Where does Kariossa go from here? He does not have an empty bottle, cannot rush ice. I think all that's left for him as adult is in the Sacred Forest Meadow, the song. That's vanilla. No, wait.
Equipping iron boots? No.
It looked like that.
Yeah, we are on the way to Sacred Forest Meadow. Kariossa is gonna do Forest Temple here. Which makes sense.
Oh yeah, that's right. Have all of our Forest Temple access.
Mido has successfully been skipped. Kariossa getting the good news about Temple of Time being foolish. Twice. As well as what song he's about to learn.
Whoopsie.
Axel Ryman, that's terrible.
I think that's pretty good from Axel. If you'd like to, you can always submit an application to join us here in the commentator's booth as a tracker, as a commentator. ZSR always looking for volunteers. And that pun, that's top notch. That deserves to be right here, live on air.
Sitting right next to August, I see.
Wonderful. Good to hear it, Axel. That is our strength upgrade for what the hell is it? Should push him, I think, I hope, towards Sacred Forest Meadow.
Ginger Sonny, yes, it is Mother's Day in the United Kingdom. Looking at the time, you might want to call your mom now.
Well, hello. I had no idea that other countries had different Mother's Days.
Yep, it's not over here on the continent for a while yet. Ginger. I mean, wow.
See, now I'm wondering all about, like, Mother's Day conspiracy theories. Like, is there a Mother's Day, like, at least every 3 months around the world? And that's where all the extra Mother's Day cards get shipped after one in one region?
I wouldn't know. Ginger's off to pick up the phone. Yeah, makes sense.
What the hell's in the battle of his life against the toughest boss here in Ocarina of Time?
The one boss you can't one cycle.
Good thing he's a hungry dino. Oh, that would be a great idea. Can someone change a Hungry Hippos game into a Hungry Dodongos game, please? I would pay at least $30 US for that. And of course, instead of the white balls, they're going to be eating blue bombs.
I like it. I like it. Solid business idea. And I think easily achievable with a 3D printer and some 3D modeling skills.
Ooh, there you go.
Oh, that's not easy to peek here. That was a small chest. Kariossa not bothering with the well here.
And I think what the hell's right behind him, although he does have another option with that empty bottle. Without a hook shot, it might be more tempting to go into a Way of the Hero ice cavern rather than to walk through the forest to a song check that you know is vanilla.
Let's see what he chooses. I think both are valid, but he doesn't have a silver scale. He does have iron boots, though, to make that shortcut.
Yeah. In order to find out, you're going to have to stay tuned right here, only on ZSR.
Oh, he can do forest. He doesn't have a hook shot. That's bomb locked. Well, he's about to get his, though. So...
And there's his trail, foolish hint.
Big chest in the forest temple. It's a hammer. We are in glow mode. Kariossa is in glow mode right now. It is 49 minutes in, and we are light arrows from having all the items we need to beat Ganon. Okay, I'll say it now. Jet.
Well, now light arrows are going to be strength 3 locked.
No, it'll be in Sunsong Grave. Looks to be though, at the moment, hopefully, he said hopefully, that I get to bed at a reasonable hour.
Question in chat, do we have Ring? We do not, however, Ice Cavern is Path to Baronade. We also had a Kakariko Path to Baronade, which gave us our letter. So if we do not have a frozen banana in the Ice Cavern, we will get something that leads us to that frozen banana. But at this point, there's not much that could... be an item that leads us anywhere.
Oh shoot, Sunsong Grave is dead.
Wah, 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 wah.
We had a hint for that on Lake Lab. I just forgot about it. That's, oh boy. I mean, we don't know until we find light arrows, but this has jet potential. Let's put it this way. Let's not anger the gods too much.
Yeah,
And,
please say your prayers to RNGesus, and we'll just have to wait until Ganondorf gives us a hint. Or maybe they're just gonna get dropped by Phantom Ganon.
That would be hilarious. Just everything on the way. Stupid jet for this semifinal. We're done after 1.5 hours.
And all right, here we are, 51 minutes in. We've got Double Forest, thankfully. Kariossa about to finish her up.
About to finish her up is
oh, never mind.
Generous.
I thought he was farther in.
No. We're about to talk to some Po ladies on Kariossa's side, though.
Our 4 little sisters who do not want to cross over. Got some unfinished business here.
First off, here's Joelle. But we could get a bet started because we are in glow mode for light arrows. That would be one heck of a bet because there is just so much of this seed open.
Yeah, Ice Cavern and Deku Tree open immediately, full clearable. Would be the nicest spot to put the light arrows.
Ice Cavern and Deku. Fire is available to us. We have hover boots and hammers, so that's full clearable. Forest, we are in. Jabu, we know where a banana is going to be, or something that leads us there.
And at this point, the one big thing that's kind of separates our 2 runners is what the hell's having turned in Rudo's letter. He's got an empty bottle. He can go run over to ice right now. Whereas Kariossa, yeah, he could go into the Fire Temple, maybe look for a bottle. But I think he's maybe more tempted to go back child and turn in the letter and go into the Deku Tree.
I disagree. I think
All
you
right.
are adult, you have a dungeon as an adult that you can clear. I think the first logical play is to finish up that dungeon, see what you find, then probably go to the Deku Tree, see if you find an empty bottle there. If not, hand in Rudo's letter. I think that's the routing I would prefer.
What the hell says finished up with the courtyard? Kariossa shooting some fire into some ice.
Also, if chat is right, we know where an empty bottle is, by the way. We are assuming right now there's one on the archway.
I don't think that could be faster for Kariossa. He hasn't even gone up the river. He doesn't have beans.
Yeah, you're right.
It's tough. I'd hate to be in these runners' position right now.
As I said, I think I would route it through Fire Temple. Then, if we don't find a bottle there, go Child, do Deku Tree. Worst case, hand in the bottle to King Zora afterwards.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty logical way to route it. But these 2 runners are keeping things super exciting. Approaching the 1 hour mark. And not disappointing. What the hell's about to pick up his hammer.
Meanwhile, Kariossa has made it to his 3rd visit with a post sister. Here is Amy.
Not the quickest Poe fight, but down easily enough.
Yep. And now all that's left to do is fight against one final Poe. And that's Meg, the purple one.
Don't forget the basement merry-go-round.
Well, yeah.
Slowest merry-go-round in the world.
Could be interesting, though, depending on what size the chest in that basement is. Because there is an item check there, and, I mean, the highest number of skulls that our runners need to worry about right now is 10. So they're probably also going to pick up that 10th skull, or a skull that gets them closer to 10 here.
In Season 5, it does matter the size of your chest. It's not just how you use it.
I mean, I'm not even going to comment on that. Oh, Carrie is done with skulls already. Excellent.
Yep. Routed in the nighttime Kakariko very well. Got Stampy digging, did some night skulls. Why is it cow time?
Because chat is experimenting with what different emotes they can get pup time to produce. So far, I've seen dragons, I've seen cats, I've seen dogs, and I've seen butts. And bears, apparently. And birds.
Well, in maybe about an hour and a half tops, would be pretty appropriate for some pig time. I doubt there's anybody creative enough to do a phantom horse pig time, but you can dream. Kariossa on the boss fight. What the hell's on the second floor, Stalfos? Kariossa about half this temple ahead. Maybe a little less than that.
Yep, and for the resident sleepers in chat, you can wake back up. It's the most interesting part of Forest Temple here. Oh! Nice! Kariossa almost getting the 0 cycle here. That was really, really nice execution. And where are those light arrows? Are they just handed to us by Phantom Ganon today? Let's find out.
You're gonna have to stay tuned only on ZSR.
Not today. That was a super quick Phantom Ganon fight by Kariossa. That was impressive, to be honest. Off to Death Mountain Crater for Kariossa.
I see mouse time. Who's got the moose time?
Not this bot. I think we should start knocking it off here. And happy 1 hour, everyone. 1 hour into the seed, we have 3 medallions on Kariossa's side. And what the hell's not far behind.
And both of our runners in glow mode.
Actually, we can't call it glow mode really until they've actually picked up the boomerang. We think we know where it is. This might just also lead us on a merry chase if the only item we find in Ice Cavern ends up being, I don't know, another strength.
Yeah, good point.
There are still ways for this seed to be terrible.
I don't know if it can be terrible right now. It could be a little worse than it appears to be.
And yeah, while we're talking about ways for this seed to be terrible, the people who are making this restream possible are helping us through either way. Wow, what a segue! That was not one of my best. Thanks to the trackers who are making sure we can actually see what the heck is going on. Kit3124 and Xinja. Thank you very much to our Restreamer VXR, to our Race Monitor Baseball, of course, to our runners, What the Hell's Happened and Kariossa, who are putting on an amazing show, and to my co-commentator, August 40th.
Yeah, we're all in this together. We'll get through it together. We started it together. And we'll survive this trauma.
Here's hoping.
Uh-oh, who did it?
I don't know. Who redeemed it? No one did. Alright, into Fire Temple we go. If my assumption is right, either that bomb lock check is going to be a boss key or a small key. Ah, restreamer swap. Welcome in, Snacks. Well, thank you. While I'm thanking volunteers, also thank you to Snacks for taking over as a restreamer here. And I mean, what the hell's happened? Fighting against basically a mirror here. Is known to be particularly fond of Meg. Small key here.
Now, some discussion going in on chat with the Valley Path to Volvaggio having our bomb bags. Our bomb bags locking a hook shot leading to the hammer. That path has been satisfied.
Good point.
Really, the final piece of the puzzle. Where are those light arrows?
Yeah, so Snacks, how bad is this seed so far? We have an unresolved hint for Ice Cavern Path to Baronade. If that's our banana, we're in glow mode. And we were, at that point, I think about 20 minutes ago. So, the answer is not very. And I'm confused how baseball is still gonna make this seed suck.
I expect nothing less from seed number 6 and seed number 7, just 64 minutes in. It did look like Kariossa made a really good play going Valley early, getting that bomb bag. But what the hell's made it over there in no time at all. And in the meantime, he picked up his letter and turned it in. So he is up an empty bottle.
Which might affect his routing or change his routing decision compared to Kariossa here.
Yep.
Probably wants to follow up on that path first to see if he actually needs to be opening chests in Fire Temple still.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. He's got Bolero. He can get to the craters really quickly. After he finishes here, he'll be right outside that Deku Sprout. And I think he goes through the forest into the Ice Cavern.
Yeah, would make sense. We'll see.
Kariossa has found 4 small keys.
We're going deep. We're going deep into fire. And that's small key number 5. I think you have a musical number prepared for times like this, don't ya?
Yeah, that makes it official. We're going. Because unfortunately, we fell in to a burning temple fire. We climbed up, 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 and we still climbed up higher. And it burns, burns, burns. The temple fire. The temple fire.
I mean,
It's
how
not
do I...
burning, though. What the hell's straight into the ice cavern?
I mean, I seem to be recalling there's a product on the American medical market called Icy Hot. That is basically the definition of our restream right now.
Yeah, real George R.R. Martin vibes going on. It's pretty fitting, too. We had a pretty early Bolero and early Serenade.
There's our boss key. We don't have any more small keys, so we have to beat Valvagia if we wanted to climb any higher.
Yeah, well, Kariossa does have Scarecrow Song. Unfortunately, I never can get a good peek at the shortcut. So I'm not 100% sure that he's small key locked, but always a tough call in the upper maze, finding that boss key. Do I go deeper? What the
I
hell's
think at this
maze-
point the answer is no. Not
But-
when you're presumably lights away from being able to defeat Ganon.
Now, what the hell's saying no to the fountain? He's got those iron boots, but says, I've got a path. I know where to go.
Can always peek it later coming out of Ice Cavern. But first, let's see what Ice Cavern actually has for us.
Yeah, the only downside to that routing, what if you get the boomerang in Ice Cavern and you want to leave right away? But the light arrows might be in the Ice Cavern or on King Zora or, feels a little bad, I think.
I think when you go into Ice Cavern, you commit to Ice Cavern. And yeah, I am wondering too where that 5th path hint might be. We haven't seen a bunch of hints yet, so still plenty of locations where that might be hanging out.
Yeah, unfortunately, the sea just kind of throwing items at runners and allowing them to go from one dungeon to the next.
Yep. Here's our first of 4 item checks in Ice Cavern.
Our Spear Zero bomb bag gave us a strength in Dodongo's Cavern, which led us to the hammer in the Forest Temple. Unfortunately, Fire Temple is going to be our driest dungeon thus far.
Which makes sense given the temperatures. That is a bottle.
Not good.
Wait. I mean, useful. We now have 2 bottles for doing Ice Cavern.
That bottle locked bottle, though. You don't get to hear that too often.
Definitely. Well, Logic doesn't particularly worry about. Rudo's letter turns into a bottle. So... And we know it can't be for skulls. Because the maximum number of skulls we need to worry about is 10. Kariossa is
all
playing the
finished up.
prelude. Yeah, choosing not to go back into Fire Temple. I can dig it. Makes sense. That's another big chest in here. So looks like he's headed for the Deku Tree. And then if we don't find an item in there anyway, that's a banana. We are in glow mode officially.
All hail, and what the hell's is leaving? So if Ganondorf says light arrows are in the ice cavern or Zora's fountain, he's not going to be feeling too great.
Yep.
But I understand the call. I understand the play. He's racing against one of the best.
And he has a child. He has 2 child dungeons now to do, so it makes sense that he is hightailing it to the Temple of Time.
Yep. Not only that, but he knows the seed is throwing items to him left and right, hints to him as to where to go, and he knows Kariossa is just as good at reading all those things, at execution. So I'm sure both these runners have their adrenaline pumping. But it looks like we might be pretty neck and neck going through the Deku Tree. That's gonna be pretty fun. You don't get to see that too often when it's a later Deku.
That's true, yeah. This is basically an execution race through Deku Tree right now, with Kariossa at a slight time advantage. And what the hell's happened? Being 1 ice cavern up on Kariossa, though.
Yeah, need a little time for that banana to thaw out before we can use it, so Deku Tree first.
It's next, I would agree, but light arrow location can still make this seed terrible.
It's pronounced Getty, the gas station, you know? You can say what you want about the letters GIF.
I mean, the inventor of that animated image format has recently passed away. So it is... I mean, he was the first person to be wrong about the pronunciation of this thing.
And first check in Deku are some magical arrows. Not the magical arrows we're looking for, but look at this spicy play. What the hell says? Fuck the compass chest. Going up to the attic.
Ooh. That could cost him, or that could be, as Kariossa just finds out, just the right play.
That's definitely not going to cost him unless he double dips into the Deku Tree. Looks like he's playing for that light arrow hint.
I can dig it. At this point, that makes an extreme amount of sense. Or you might just pick up your light arrows right here. We'll see.
Yeah, that would be mighty convenient.
No, it's a long shot. Oh, that's concerning. Ooh.
Yeah.
Seed just got spicy.
Stone Dungeon number 1 has opened up. Now, given that it is all locations reachable, we do expect eventually for everything to be available to us.
Kariossa finding a strength 2 as well in here, which what the hell has just skipped.
Oh, he skipped
dear.
Both rooms. Wow.
Yeah.
Big brain play.
Both, I don't know if it's a big brain play to skip potentially a major item, but we'll see if that pays out.
Big brain if you've got your brain in your gut.
So we have a strength now that opens up Adult Spirit to us. We have a long shot that opens up Water Temple for us. Well...
I'm thinking the light arrows now are going to be in GTG. Game
in the like room?
Yeah, giving us everything for the Gerudo training grounds.
And Farore's Wind,
so
that is
nice.
A very convenient placement for Farore's Wind here. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, you're playing for that light arrow hint. What's one of the few items you're gonna pick up for Farore's Wind? Out question. So the Deku Tree all done for what the hells. He's got 2 medallions to go. A little surprised he's not warping to... Oh, wait, he doesn't have a scale. That's why.
Nope.
That sucks.
He has to hike it over to the river. Deku Compass Chest being Strength 2. That might bite what the hells if it comes to this.
Well, keep in mind, Kariossa has to go turn in his letter just for an empty bottle. He could make the play, and I think he will, especially after getting Furor's Wind, to actually go inside Jabu, set Furor's Wind.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That'll definitely be quicker for him, save him a bit of time.
Saves him a lot of time, actually, considering we haven't found a silver scale yet. So, there is no easy, convenient way to get back to the Zora area otherwise. He's definitely gonna go drop Furor's Wind in there.
And opting to take the owl. But I do think What the Hell's backwalking strat is a little bit faster.
So the two missing songs at this point, Song of Time and Song of Storms.
One of them just opened up in Burning Kakariko.
Yeah, the other one is at the end of Ice Cavern, which What the Hell's bailed out of, which I completely understand. Makes absolute sense.
Yeah, the crux of it too is Kariossa now has Furor's Wind, so he won't feel bad at all leaving Ice Cavern. Just plops down Furor's Wind and gets on out of there. Well, actually, it's another tough call that he's gonna have to make, because he's gonna wanna break some wind right before the light arrow hit.
Oh yeah. So that putting Furor's Wind in Ice Cavern doesn't really help him, no.
Unless you make the play that having the wind in Ice Cavern is more beneficial, especially because we do have Prelude, than setting it in Ganon's Tower. But again, such a tough call to make, especially when your opponent is top tier.
Alfalfa pointing out though, you can save scum your Furor's Wind location, so you don't.
Good
you
point.
drop Furor's Wind in Ice Cavern, you don't really worry about.
You just copy your save file, I think, at that point.
Yeah.
It's a rarely seen strat, but it is 100% allowed.
Yeah, or you can just save scum by saving before dropping Furor's Wind in Ganon's Tower.
Oh, yeah, okay, gotcha.
Actually, no, that wouldn't work.
Yeah, it would. You read the hint.
And then you
and
reset.
Then you save.
Well, but then you don't have Furor's Wind set. Because you saved beforehand.
I think there's a way to do it.
Copying the save file is probably the way, as you pointed out.
I have confidence in Alf. I expect good things from Alfalfa in random
you
settings.
can save in a door fight. Yeah, Alpha's obviously right. I didn't think about that. Cool. So, emotional support fish? This is not. This is a pre-dinner snack fish for Lord Jabu Jabu.
Unfortunately, What the Hell's lead is increasing. Kariossa does have the Fire Temple done to his name, but he's got to trek all the way back here as an adult for his frozen banana in the compass chest of Ice Cavern.
And then get back in there, back into Jabu Jabu as a child as well.
Now that part of it will be a little quicker. You can Requiem to the Spirit Temple, pop your wind. But it will give What the Hell's an advantage, and that's not something you want to do when you're racing against them.
It's difficult to say who's in the lead at the moment. What the Hell's has skipped some important items that are potentially not required. Oh, big chest. Is he gonna open that one, or is he just gonna say nah?
If I'm not mistaken, there's at least one chest in Jabu where if you do leave the
What
room,
a
you're not
bailout!
going
This
back.
is incredible!
Ooh.
Find strength 3 in Jabu Jabu.
Yeah, that could be very handy for him. Of course, that'll be strength 3 for Kariosa. If light arrows are in the light trial or uh the OGC fairy,
Oh yeah,
that's game for Kariosa.
indeed.
I mean, at this point, it would be so hard for What the Hell is to say, all right, let's go back into the Deku tree for the 4 checks that I skipped.
Oh,
Rather
he's not
than
gonna do that. Not
anything
ever.
else.
But if those light arrows end up being in, for example, Adult Spirit, that was the bailout of the century. We'll see what it is. And Kari is still hoping for chickens. And I'm gonna step away for just a minute.
Yeah, no problem. Very clean hover boot strats through the waterfall. No time to play Lullaby. Right now, it doesn't look like Kariosa is checking the fountain either. Straight for Lord Banana. All right, and Big Octo is down for What the Hell's happened.
Meanwhile, Kariosa has just made it into ice. Difficult to say who's ahead still, I would say. Really depends on that light arrow hint. I'm back, by the way.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. At this point, I think What the Hell's might be getting done with the Volvagia fight. At pretty much the same time that Kariosa is taking out Baronade.
Yeah, that just about seems like equal time. Fire wasn't that quick. There was the key was at the top of the maze with the Goron. So I would call that mid-fire. Upper mid-fire? Something like that.
Deep enough to warrant a little Johnny Cash.
True that. Trollia's light arrow spot at this point, from What the Hell's perspective, certainly somewhere strength 3 locked. So either light trial or OGC Fairy. From Kariosa's perspective...
Probably Shadow Temple.
Shadow Temple, yeah. Or somewhere strength 2 locked. Because that would enable What the Hells to just waltz right up there, despite skipping a strength and Deku tree.
Yeah, What the Hell's has a massive pair of cojones on him for skipping those 4 chests.
Yep. Saved him a good few minutes.
Definitely the play of the match thus far.
Slingshot.
Hello. So very, very likely that the game expected you to do Jabu first, but we don't care.
Well, no, we had Iron Boots for a while, and that's the banana for Kariosa bailing out of Ice Cavern as What the Hells did. We had Iron Boots for a while, and there was a slingshot in Tektite Grotto as well.
Oh yeah, right. Very good. What the sync is real. One going on the left side of the pedestal, the other on the right.
The 7-year high five, they're gonna basically high five each other as they cross over in the time stream.
That was like as smooth as a drug deal. One puts it in, the other just picks it right up. And no one else around knows any different.
Kariossa seems to be having some controller issues here. Back into Jabu he goes.
Yeah, really quick trip in here. Was one big chest that he'll take time to open.
Well, it is a bomb bag.
I have no idea of the time save, but if I was in What the Hell's shoes, I might be tempted to break some wind in here. How deep is the boss key in the fire temple? It is on the upper maze. So we need 5 small keys to get there.
So yeah, basically just about the same time that Kariossa is gonna need for finishing Jabu Jabu. What the Hells is gonna need to find that boss key. It's not quite at the end of fire, but it's not far away from it either. Neither of them, I might add, has done 10 skulls so far.
Well, our tracker is at least marked 10 for Kariossa. I'm not sure if they've done the check.
They picked up the 10 skull. They picked up 10 skull tokens, but they didn't check it. Check the actual reward yet.
Yeah. But that first wind coming in clutch for Kariossa from Queen Goma really helped routing this Jabu in.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Flare Dancer is down. What the hell is it needs? The keys.
And that is strength 3 for Kariossa.
We got some green gauntlets.
Yep, if Ganondorf says the light arrows are in his castle, that could be a huge advantage. That's basically game then in that case, in Kariossa's favor.
Definitely if they're in light trials or strength 3 locked.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If they're outside of that, of course.
They're outside of that, this is going to be one really close game.
That might be, yeah. That might come down to frames of difference with these two runners.
Did What the Hell skip that big chest?
He must have, because I don't recall him picking up Big Stabby. That was the compass chest, I think?
It's not going to be 30 minutes this late into the seed, but it could make a difference with it being this close, this far into the seed. You know, if you and your opponent walk into the same final boss fight at the same time, and your opponent has the big Goron sword, and they're of a caliber like Kariossa or What the Hell's, they're gonna finish faster than you, unless you really mess up.
So here I thought Ginger Sunny rolled us a nice little jet seed yesterday. Over on our sister channel, the Silver Gauntlets, for a league match. But it turns out...
Their generosity and magic is not done.
yeah, no. It turns out baseball can do this too. Or someone just set the randomizer to jet seed mode for this weekend. Might need to talk to Tress about that.
All right, messing up on the ground jump. Going for the glitches jump. Gets it. Very nice. As Kariossa heading into the big Octo fight.
The execution on these runners. You don't get a ground jump. Well, I'll guess I'll do the glitchless jump instead of setting up for another ground jump here.
At first you don't succeed, try something else instead.
If a door closes, a window opens.
And he's not peeking. That would indicate to him where his boss key is, but not opting to peek it through the wall.
Just wants to pick that chest. Pick up that chest anyway, I guess.
And it's going to cost him a little bit of time in opening up the map chest, the vanilla map chest.
Alright, as they are retracing each other's steps, and as this has potential for another jet, I think now's as good a time as any to say thank you to our volunteers again, don't you agree?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright. Thank you so much to everyone who's making this restream possible. Of course, follow our runners. They are putting on a heck of a show, and they do that on the regular. Thanks also to our trackers who are keeping the trackers you see on stream up to date, and are also helping me fill in a little spreadsheet that makes that gives us commentators some extra information on where each item was. And thank you to our restreamers, VXR in the beginning, and Snacks. Right after that, and also thank you very much to our race monitor, baseball, and of course to my co-commentator August 40th.
And while we're throwing out the thank yous, we can't forget Trezco. Gotta blame Trez.
That is true.
But Kariossa has beaten What the Hell's to his final boss, and Baronade is pretty darn quick. What the Hell's never replenished any bomb chews, so he's doing bomb strats. Baronade is down. Kariossa is going to be the first to the light arrow hand.
This has the potential to be super quick or super terrible. It's amazing.
Kariossa not skipping a beat, picking up that slingshot. If Ganondorf says Lost Woods, he is not out of the woods.
But finding that Farore's hint when they did really helped Kariossa here, saved him a good chunk of time getting back to Jabu Jabu. So Kid3124, if he says Kakariko, it can be two things. It can be chickens, or it can be 10 skulls. One of those is significantly more terrible than the other.
Looks like Kariossa is going to be up just a little more than the Volvagia death cutscene. Kariossa armed with that big Goron sword. He's not going to be slowed down by anything. Down goes the dragon.
Gonna make quick work of those enemies on the path to Ganondorf here. To note, 135.20 was when Kariossa grabbed that sword from the Temple of Time. So let's see how far apart our runners are.
Yeah, it is more than a minute. Kariossa wasting no time getting that Furrow's Wind ready. And I'm sure at this moment, both of these runners are adrenaline-filled, looking over at the race time room, thinking, where's my opponent? Oh, am I ahead? Am I behind? So what the hell does not have to pop that sword? Let's save that little bit of time, but Kariossa already on the stair climb.
Mm-hmm. So slightly more than a minute, it looks like, is the distance between our runners. As Kinra pointed out, Kariossa spawned the Rainbow Bridge at 1:37. Oh, it's exactly a minute. 1:36.06 versus 1:37.06 between those two runners.
Stalfos 1 down. Stalfos 2 being a little more troublesome.
Stalfos 2 being a jerk about it.
No big chest in the fire trap. Not gonna pop that one open.
Fighting both Salt and Pepper at the same time and taking a flight on Iron Knuckle Airways. Kariossa has exactly 2 hearts left remaining.
But he was able to turn it around and push it real good.
Hoo boy. That was close. Too close for comfort.
Yeah, a death right there would have felt terrible. But this is the final staircase between Kariossa and their light arrow hint, breaking some wind.
So let's see what we know. Remember, this still has the potential to be terrible. There are plenty of locations left where those light arrows could be that could send us on a merry chase. What do you got for us, Ganondorf?
You shall never find my light arrows hidden in
the Shadow Temple! Okay. We'll be here a while. Because where in the world is a Din's Fire?
We shall certainly be here a little bit longer, that's for certain. Missing Din's Fire, that's all that stands between us and done. Kariossa first, of course, going to make use of those Strength 3. If it's
play into that if you have it.
If it's in here, good for Kariossa. But this is time taken that What the Hells will not spend. It's kind of a double-edged sword.
It is, in any case, now a casino mode for Din's Fire. And with good reason, we didn't open a bet for light arrows earlier. Turns out we want to bet where that Din's Fire is.
Yeah, and at this point, it could be at the end of the ice cavern, which we've already been to. It could be in the bottom of the well, locked by the song in the ice cavern.
Oh, jeez.
There is just about anywhere for this Din's Fire to be, and we do not have a hint. So we're going shopping.
Yeah, we're going to the casino. Ooh, this is a big chest, though. Could this be it? No. That wallet was actually logically required. Oh. Bad location to stop that bubble.
So both runners might have breathed a sigh of relief with that light arrow hit. I expect neither one of them wanted a seed this fast.
Yeah, I mean, if that were somewhere that could have gotten them the light arrows in the next 5 minutes, this would have been an execution battle to the end, and both runners are excellent in terms of their execution. But that would make me so nervous to know, oh no, it's all coming down to just finding out how good my execution is compared to what the hell's or kariossa. No,
or
not
maybe
fun.
it was something so silly as Din's Fire is on Andrew's chickens, and my opponent did that, in the first 2 minutes.
We started right there. So fashion percent has been achieved. We have both t-shirts and both pair of boots. We are officially well dressed.
It looks like both these runners are going to be finishing up here in Ganon's castle at about the same time. Light trial being the difference for kariossa.
Yep. And something that's gonna be in the back of what the hell's mind right now is, what if there's a strength 3 out there that I didn't get?
Well, what's going to be in the back of his mind are those checks in the Deku tree that he left.
Yeah.
That remote grotto in Hyrule Field that he didn't want to spend his last chew on. But what the hell is going to be first out of Ganon's tower? Kariossa is not going to be sticking around for the OGC fairy.
Seconds behind. I don't know if I agree with the play.
What the hell's he's picking up his song? He should have 10 skulls by now, I hope.
Yep. Both of them picked up 10 skulls a while ago, but I don't know, if you have strength 3, do you play into it more? That's Song of Storms. So
That's
Song of Time,
something you play into.
Yeah, sure.
And not sticking around for 10. Kariossa going into Gerudo Valley, path to Volvagia. That wasn't it.
So Song of Time is sitting in the ice cavern. Someone alert Death Star, because this could mean Dins is sitting in the toilet. I mean, it could be anywhere, but it would be particularly annoying for both of these runners if they end up having to go back to Ice Cavern, get that Din's Fire. Sorry, to get that Song of Time.
And instead, these runners are in completely different areas. If it comes down to that, I think it's going to be towards the end. Meanwhile, what the hell's going into the bottom of the well? Kariossa is going to go into GTG. Remember,
Yes.
Fortress is foolish. So if it's
What the hell's gonna remember about that 10 skull check?
He might do that before he jumps into the well. But if it's in one of these two locations, that runner is very far into the lead, has this run in the bag. And what the hell's is going to be collecting his 10th skull here for the well.
8 tokens in.
All right, pretty quick job. We got the tree, we got the back of the skull house. Meanwhile, nothing but keys in the lobby of GTG.
Well, we need some of those, depending. No big chests so far, I think. Some more keys.
Question in chat, GTG hasn't been touched? Nope.
Nope.
Got a Sphere Zero bomb bag, which led us to Strength, which, by that time, we had a hook shot, so Forest Temple had a hammer. It's been dungeon after dungeon here. I mean, we got our light arrow hint about 5 minutes ago.
Yep, and we are in casino mode for Din's Fire because the light arrows are sitting in Shadow Temple. So, most trolly light arrow location, Shadow Temple, definitely the case. I do appreciate that our runners are giving us some divergence here. One's headed into GTG, the other into the well. Both completely reasonable plays. Both are very check-dense. And this is the metric that it comes down to now. Checks per minute.
And actually, with the spawn, GTG is pretty low sphere.
Yep.
The well is deeper into logic.
Yeah, 3 medallions required to get in there. Big chest for what the hells?
Well, it's the lens. French
Okay.
vanilla. I mean, I do know that they both speak French. Kariossa pushing a big block. Who's hungry for some pancakes?
Oh, those are some big stacks. More small chests. All small chests. Not even a key in there. But the chest minigame dream very much alive. And I'm gonna guess what the hells is gonna do that before he heads back into doing more adult checks.
I'm guessing Kariossa didn't see anything in the center of the maze, skipping these small keys. There's a big chest, though.
Eyeball frog. Oh dear. We know
That's not
Big
it.
Goron is dead, so that's not it. Fitting location though, eyeball frog on the ice statue.
Yeah, there you go. Just a second bomb bag here in bottom of the well.
And a bottle. Is this one gonna be a big chest? No, just small keys.
$5 from Steve. That's not helpful.
Let's see if Dead Hand is more generous. No, he's not. A small key. Don't need more than one of those.
And that is it for GTG. Kariossa coming out of here with nothing good. Looks like he's going to be picking up Song of Storms and be checking our 10 skull hint.
GTG, a total bust, but thanks to chest size matches content, actually not that big of a time commitment.
Fortunately, he's getting the keys to the kingdom right as What the Hells is finishing up at bottom of the well.
Kariossa also choosing to skip that 10 skull check. And remembering about it at the last second, let's see if it's just in a spider house. 10 was nuts.
But the well is just
10
as
was
big
nuts.
of a bust as GTG. What the Hell's now going to be checking the remaining Storm's checks, I think. He's got Skull Kid in here. Might see Child Goron City, I think.
Also, not remembering about that slingshot, gonna do the Lost Woods target in the woods check.
Ooh, yeah.
And just in general, gonna clean up the child part of this game to never have to be a child again.
Well, if he wants to do that, he's got to do chickens.
Probably, assuming we spawned in Kakariko, if it's on chickens, I've already lost. 50, still dead.
Skull Kid up first.
So Kariossa is gonna spend some time doing the checks that what the hells did in well. Getting baited by a few big chests. It is the reasonable play to make. It is the absolute check densest location that's available to them right now. Absolute most check dense. Whatever, you know what I mean.
I think it's check densest. Checkist densest. Yeah, that sounds right.
Superlatives. They're fun.
Hey, you're speaking to an American. I don't know what the word superlative means.
As an American, I think that's just your basic state of being. But besides that, what the hells is showing us new checks? Here's Hot Roller Goron. Is he the answer?
Survey says.
Nope. Womp womp.
But the best check of Goron City is yet to remain.
It's we're about to see it. Our favorite. And I am unsure as to why this is not deemed a useful cutscene and left in the game. But here's Dancing Dead.
Hot, 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 hot. Oh, that's so spicy. Not a spicy prize.
So let's see. Next is the spinning pot. Did that hit? I don't think that hit. Nope.
It's a rim shot if I've ever seen one.
Got it on the second try though. Let's see. What's in the pot? Money.
$50.
Not what we were looking for.
That's Child Spirit.
Wrong game, Joss Bleeden.
Bloosh.
Kaboom!
So far, we have done no sailing. We might have to ride a boat before the seed is over, but it's definitely not Wind Waker.
Really depends on where those light arrows are. Is Bongo Bongo hoarding them himself or themselves, itself? Whatever the right pronouns are for Bongo Bongo, and or is it just gonna be an early shadow somewhere?
Oh, nope. Big titties.
Well, it was a big chest.
In more ways than one.
So let's see, Kariossa still in the well. What the hell's done being a child? Oh, a big chest with a like. Wait a minute. Did What the hell's miss that?
He might have. Might be adding another check to his name.
Small chest here with a BMOS. If that would be it, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that would feel terrible. Meanwhile, Kariossa feeling a little bit bad, losing that wooden shield to the fire keys. But shouldn't have much left to do after this.
Not
as
yeah.
child.
What is it? Is that big chest? Oh my god!
Oh fuck!
Oh no! I mean, I'm sorry to call it, but GG.
Yeah, that is as clear as crystal. Kariossa catapulting not into the lead, into the winner's seat, into the semifinals.
What the hells must have missed that big chest with the like? I can't think of any other way that he wouldn't have seen this.
I wasn't paying attention to how he routed it, but maybe the pressure of the seed getting to him. He also was skipping all those chests in the Deku tree, skipped a big chest in Jabu's belly. Good news for What the Hells and What the Hells fans. He's not out of the tournament. We are nice and comfy here in the winner's bracket.
Yep, this is a double elimination bracket, so What the Hells still can make it to the grand final. Just needs to... Where's he gonna end up?
Well, he's going down to the lower bracket. He will be facing off against
Mr. Mario.
Mr. Mario.
Oh,
and
not an easy opponent.
That might have been the crux of this. Maybe What the Hells purposely skipped all those big chests just to dodge Marco. Not a bad call. But either way, he's fighting off against, racing off against someone first letter of their username, letter M. And it's not going to be easy either way. Mr. Mario is
not
very accomplished in Randomizer. Unfortunately, that's just how the cookie crumbles. But we are looking for one more thing. Where are light arrows? We know there's somewhere here in the Shadow Temple. How deep are they going to be?
How deep are we gonna go? Are we gonna get a drum solo tonight? Or is this it? No, this is not it. This is just a small key.
Who doesn't like a drum solo?
I mean... Don't ask me, I can't tell you someone.
I do know there are those crazy people who are like, go to a concert and they wait for the drum solo to go get a beer.
Everybody has the right to be wrong.
My opinion is it depends who's behind the drum kit.
That's fair. Oh, whoops. Oh, what a save by Kariossa.
Very nice. Not the biggest slip up, but it's a slip up. Those hover boots are slippery.
They are. Almost would have ended up in the chasm.
That question, where was Din's fire? Was in the bottom of the well, guarded by a like. And what the hell did every other check?
What the hell's must have misidentified that chest as a small chest. I can't think of any other reason.
I'm not even certain that he passed the like. He might not have even peeked it.
I mean, there's a clip that proves otherwise, I think. Alfalfa
Oh, really? Yikes. Oh, no.
has some proof.
Oh, no, he just backwalked. I don't think he saw it at all.
Must have not thought about it. That's
Yeah, he didn't
really
even peek it.
unfortunate.
Yuck.
Just autopiloted straight past it. Oh no. That's really unfortunate. What the hell's going back down the sliding wall?
Yeah,
Oh,
he never
going for for checks per minute here.
Yep, he never went and did this iron knuckle on adult side. Yeah, there's nothing stopping Kariossa but himself.
Yeah, but to be honest, what the hell's is not ever going back for that Din's fire. There is no way.
Still getting big chests. While it might be a little lackluster of a finish, it is still super exciting. We are getting down to the bare bones of the Season 5 tournament. The final two of the winner's bracket have essentially been decided. Will be Marco versus Kariossa. I know nobody is going to want to miss that matchup.
No, definitely not.
Down in the lowers bracket, who do we have? We got Salty Sponge versus G-Skate, Mr. Mario, and What the Hell's Happened? Also the Challenge Cup that's plugging along. I'm a little less familiar as to how far into that y'all are.
They have made it to the semifinals. Challenge Cup is single elimination, so the semifinals and finals in there are best of 3 matches. And the first best of 3 matches have already been decided, so... And there's the light arrows. Yep. That's go mode for Kariossa.
Top of the Crushing Spike room. The Bloody Biscuits room, some might call it. And with that, Furrow's Wind, really quick trip back into the tower.
Looks like it's time for a round of tennis. You will never find the light arrows I hit in a Shadow Temple. Guess what, Ganon?
He's got some deja vu going on.
Yeah. Big chest in Haunted Wasteland. Oh no, the troll. For another slingshot. Kariossa not having the best time fighting against Ganondorf. Ended up being thrown off the platform, but second try works. 4, 5, and that's Ganondorf. A name only of interest to historians.
Now, we hardly knew ye, because kind of a jet seat. 2 hours, 5 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, Ganon.
Yup. He did the thing. He did the thing indeed. And about to make us some tasty, tasty bacon. 3 steps as always.
Yep, step 1, get your Master Sword smacked the fuck out of your hand and have your girlfriend just laze about, not help you save the world. Leave it all up to you. Thankfully, kariossa, he's got a big brain. We stored that Master Sword damage up in a jump slash, some crouch stabs. All that takes.
Yep. And first step to making us some bacon is tenderize it. Use a meat mallet or a megaton hammer will do in a pinch.
Step 2, reduce your heat. Reclaim your Master Sword.
Yep. Oh, back on the heat we go. And time to slice that bacon up.
You want some nice thin strips for some folks, some thicker strips for those who like the thick cut.
And it needs to be crispy. And for that, we have Princess Zelda, the final crisping with the power of the sun.
Yeah, lighten up that blowtorch. Get the edges nice and crispy-like.
And get your GGs in chat for kariossa, who's finished this race with a time of 2 hours, 6 minutes, and 51 seconds. GG's. Yeah, I'm gonna call that a jet.
Yeah, there's nothing else left to say. But let's hope our runners have a little to say if we can't get them in here.
What the hell's decided to pass on this interview? Let's see if kariossa wants to join us.
Yeah, can't blame them when you lose the race. Just a silly mistake, just like that. And that's all this was. You know, the pressure getting to him, the adrenaline, knowing the caliber of opponent he's got next to him, and just was rushing a little too fast. Sometimes to win a randomizer race, gotta slow down just a hair and make sure you're not forgetting anything. Make sure you're not missing out on a check. Because there's no question about it. What the hell's past that chest a good 3 or 4 minutes in front of kariossa. But that is the winner of the race, kariossa, in the chat. GG.
Hello, thanks.
Congratulations. That was a jet.
Yeah, pretty much. With little casino at the end.
I mean, this seed just kept giving you items. Was there any part where you didn't know what to do next?
I mean, I got lucky at the beginning and then was just struck forward. Didn't need to think more.
Yeah, getting that bomb bag was pretty good. What the hell's passed up on that? He actually got the letter before you did. And in turning in the letter, he saw that Valley was path of Volvagia. So on his Child 2 route, he managed to get the bomb bag. It really didn't seem to be a factor too much. The big crazy plays. You guys were essentially neck and neck going into the Deku Tree. What the hell's skipped 4 of the checks in there? And then he skipped another big chest in Jabu. And despite all of that, despite clearing out GTG, you came out on top in a 2 hour, 4 minute time. Super great.
Yeah, I feel like I did great this seed. I was feeling ahead when I get the hint from Ganondorf, but when I saw Shadow, I was like,
Yeah. First Wind was a really nice item to get out of one of your last dungeons.
It was in Deku, right?
Yep.
Yes,
off Queen Goma.
From Goma, indeed. And I mean, I think you routed this seed as well as was possible. in the end, I think what the Hells had a bit of a better routing during getting to Jabu. But otherwise, that was, I have to say, flawless execution, and congratulations on that.
I saw the end for Woodsell. Was kind of unlucky for him.
Yeah. I mean, I saw you two already exchanging that information in the race room. In the end, what the Hells ended up missing that like big chest in the well. The good thing is nobody's going home after this game. Nobody is out of the tournament. What the Hells? I mean, you can still end up facing What the Hells again in the grand finals.
Why not?
Yeah, my guess is What the Hells just didn't want to race up against Marco in the winner's bracket. How are you feeling about that race and that matchup?
I'm not feeling great, but I'll do my best. I mean,
come on, you're gonna be
one
the
to
one.
one. Actually,
You're gonna be the one to send Marco back down to the losers bracket. I can feel it.
I mean, he beat me in season 3, and I beat him in season 4, so kind of like
even matchup.
Yeah. Let's see who will win this one.
I think you're due for a championship win at this point.
I mean, I couldn't agree more. I mean, on the in the end, whoever wins this championship, it's gonna be well deserved, because wow, what races we have seen this tournament already.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily a close finish, but a really close race throughout essentially all of it, up until Dinspire shown its ugly head in the bottom of the well.
Yeah, you were neck and neck for most of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're not already following these two racers, you're going to want to make sure you hit that follow button. Maybe even a subscribe, because they're putting on some great races, some great seeds, some great execution, day in and day out.
True that. Kariossa, do you have any last words for the chat? Any words of wisdom?
Keep cuckoos.
Stirring the controversy in the final words.
Okay.
I don't know if Woodsell did cuckoos, but...
Yeah, neither one of you took the bait this seed.
Okay.
Alright, I think all that's left to do for us is to thank everyone once more who made this restream possible. Thank you so much to What the Hells and Kariossa for putting on an amazing show. Thank you to our trackers who kept us up to date, Kid3124 and Xinja. Thank you to our restreamers. Exactly, and VXR. Yep, thank you to our restreamers VXR and Snacks. And thank you to Baseball for being the race monitor for this, and thank you finally to August 40th for being an awesome co-commentator.
Yeah, thanks to Bias for everything here and over on the Silver Gauntlets. Stay tuned. We got plenty of exciting Zooter Season 5 finishing up. You're not going to want to miss it.
And for more on that, I think we have Snacks with a few announcements on what's coming next, right?
That's correct. So yep, as those guys said, thank you to everybody for coming out today, and of course to all of our volunteers. Our two commentators, August and Tobias, our trackers, Kid and Kinzra, and of course shoutouts to our two runners, Kariossa and What the Hell's Happened. That was a really great race. I'll do prediction in a second. Shut up, chat. As for the ZSR front, we don't have a ton today. We do have a Z2R Max Rando tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern. That's Eastern Standard, so kind of late, but other than that, that's basically it. I don't really have a raid target, so unless you guys see someone, but for now, we're gonna go ahead and end the restream here, and we hope to see you all next time for whatever race is next. I don't know what. But on that note, bye everybody.
Later.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.